I'm the real CoCo, back with another episode of CoCo's Tea. One of the things I did want to talk about when it came to Jay-Z and Beyonce is, do you guys feel like they made relationships and marriage more popular? Do you feel like people are more open with being in love, like the rappers, especially like, within our culture? Do you feel like they've kind of shown some like positivity to it, like the good and the bad? Like, yeah, we've been married and we're like this top couple and we've been through some bullshit, but through work, we were able to make it through the other side.
I feel like that's probably an accurate statement, because like before them, it was also like Will and Jada. Then people kind of heard about, they was kind of like swingers or whatever they had going on. So it was like, I don't know if I want to fool with that. Then you saw
niggas like, I ain't trying to fool with that.
Yeah, I don't know if I really want to follow that. You feel me? But then it was like Beyonce and Jay, and then from a female standpoint, it's like he extremely ugly, but he do got bread.
What?
But they what? Hey, hella females saying, I don't know.
Hey, but he making handsome checks though.
And handsome checks, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got hella jokes about that in my shows. Y'all come follow me, her comedian Hollywood. We talk about ugly niggas with big checks. But no, I think they definitely kind of made it easier for like younger couples to kind of like mold their goals around them as far as what they were doing with each other. Up until the time he cheated and everything like that. But
I feel like even on the other side of that though, people still like fuck with them because it made them more realistic. If anything.
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. Because if you really like peel back the layers, fam, like a lot of our favorite rappers are in committed relationships or they're married. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with the Carters, I feel like they've made vulnerability sexy. You know, with Jay-Z being able to be like, fam, like I almost fucked up like the best thing ever with this woman. You know what I'm saying? Trying to fuck off with you know what I'm saying, all these different women and stuff, And with him being able to be so transparent and so open and honest about that shit, I think it let a lot of dudes that's out here probably doing their own thing, creeping and shit like, fam, let me, get my shit together. Let me stop cheating on my woman, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because if this shit can happen to Jay-Z, shit, what made you think I can't happen to me?
Right. And it was a lot of people I saw on the internet talking about, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Y'all ain't got no chance. Now, how about all of y'all just trash? How about that? Okay, I just wanted to see what you guys' thoughts were on that, because I do feel like, why are you so weak?
Man, I seen that hella places, like a lot of like
niggas trash.
But nobody ever was like, y'all love talking about like how women are coming on the short end of the stick, and y'all don't ever want to talk about how y'all are the reason why we getting the short end of the stick. It's y'all fault because y'all trash.
No, and that's the thing too, man. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I would say as a representative.
No, Lord.
of the black male community.
Whatever he say, I'm backing it. I don't give a fuck.
Look,
you don't even know what he about to say.
Check this out.
I'm backing it.
Check this out. Yeah, we do fucked up shit. However, I feel like black women in particular, I feel like y'all need to be more accountable on some of the shit that y'all do, because it's like at the end of the day, it's like, fam, you gotta step back and be like, man, look, I gotta look at what I probably have done to add to this situation. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all the nigga fault. God damn, bro.
Hey,
most of the time it is.
Real facts though. You might be right and he might be right, but I'm backing him just because there are those in particular females that are like, for instance, accuse you of this, accuse you of that, accuse you of that, and you the whole time being a faithful dude.
Right.
Then, if I'm gonna be dealing with all this bad shit, I might well go out here and get some of this side pussy, because I got it, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Great logic. Yeah.
I'm taking it, I'm throwing it away, but you accuse me of all that. All right, fuck it then. I'm gonna go ahead and be the nigga you.
Give me an example. Well, I feel like we're going off on a tangent here, but it's okay. Give me an example of a woman not being accountable for what she did. Like, because I'm genuinely trying to understand.
I feel like a lot of women, like, they've been hurt before, they will push out their insecurities on the next guy that they messing with and try to make him feel guilty for, you know what I'm saying, her baggage. Yeah, for her baggage. And it's like, fam, I'm not that dude. At least give me the opportunity to prove you right or to prove you wrong before you just go off on a tangent saying like, oh, like, nigga, you out here doing X, Y, Z. Like, bro, I'm just doing me. I ain't out here doing no foul shit.
Major facts though. That's the worst thing. Like, before you respond, for a guy, and I can definitely like thoroughly relate to what he's saying. It sucked to be like already categorized as all these other niggas. Like, you ain't even gave me a chance yet. I'm already ain't shit. Like, yeah, damn. But hey, once it's it's only so much of quote unquote ain't shit you can be accused of. But for you just like, forget it. I'm gonna just go ahead and not be ain't shit.
Well, I'll respond by saying that I do think that there are a lot of women that I see, or know personally, that hop from relationship to relationship, and I feel like they are trying to fill a void. And going back on the whole self-reflecting thing, I think a lot of women need to really take a step back and think about like what it is that they want, and not internalize that hurt that they got from that guy. Or if I won't even say internalize it, because I don't feel like there's anything wrong with kind of like, I don't want to say holding on to it, but really like reflecting on why you're hurt and making sure that you do whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you're not hurt again, so that you don't go through that same situation again. So I think that's very true what you said. Girls, like, I mean, I've been that girl. I've done that. I've been that girl where it was like, I dated all these guys, never was in a relationship, but dated all these guys back to back, and then I met somebody who was good, and I was just like, no, like, I like would let him in, then I push him out, let him in, push him out, let him, and then he was just like, what the fuck is going on with you? Why are you treating me like this?
Right.
And I didn't realize what I was doing until he called me out.
I feel what you're saying too, though. Like, just I do have a sister, and I got one female friend, but it's like that's true too, as far as from a female standpoint. I guess once you go through something so many times, you do try your best to make sure that this next dude don't do what the last 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever the number is did. But I guess from a dude standpoint, I don't know. I guess it's kind of that median where it's no real right or wrong way to approach that. It's just, I don't know. I guess you have to kind of figure it out on your own. But all I can say, we really don't like being accused of already doing.
Y'all don't like being accused for the shit that y'all do. So
I mean, true, but I mean, if we know we doing it, it's different. But we know we not, and we hadn't did it for months or years or whatever the case is. That's really. Hey, you got a problem, you can walk.
Man, I seen a meme on IG, bro. It was like, look, if a nigga only cheating 12 days out the year, he still rounds out to like an 8 average, so he gets an 8 forever. You know what I'm saying?
If y'all don't get the fuck out my face with that, I swear, nigga logic is something serious. I swear, like, y'all be coming up with all sorts of rules and shit that don't make no kind of sense. I just be like, excuse me?
We some good niggas, man.
I can't.
Man, hey, man, the Faithful Black Man Alliance, man.
Hey, black men don't cheat for a record. Hashtag that on the title of this
I'm
one.
good. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is I was like, I don't know if it's because of my age. I'm 26, going on 27 in a few months, and I was like, it seems like everybody was pregnant this year. It seemed like everybody, like not just people I know, but like strangers, other celebrities, co-workers. I felt like in every facet of my life, everywhere I turned, people were pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like that for y'all too? I feel like 2018 was literally the year of pregnancy, like more than I've seen any other time.
Bro.
Interesting. It is true for me. It is true for me. Not necessarily for people underage. I guess most of the people I knew were like married and I guess were in the right position to do it. But yeah, I know a lot of people got pregnant. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I was thinking to myself, like the cats I run with, from school or from college, like damn near either they are, engaged, they already married, got kids or got kids on the way. I'm just sitting here like shit. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat next.
Right. I'm just trying to like get enough gas money to put in my car.
Fam.
So I can get to work. Yeah, it's a lot of pregnant people who popped up this year, married or unmarried. Like I just felt like it was a lot. I was really shocked to see certain people pop up pregnant.
So like, did it make you kind of feel like damn, like what am I doing with my life? Like everybody out here getting pregnant, having these life-changing moments happen to them. And it make you kind of like sit back like, damn, am I doing something wrong?
Not really, just because like for me, I always said that I was not gonna have a kid before I got married, and I haven't met a man who I'm gonna marry yet, so I didn't feel necessarily left out of that per se. Like I just was like, I did think I do wonder if that's gonna happen, but I also don't really know if I want kids. Like, honestly, like, I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I'm open to it. I don't know what I want. So that's the other thing. It's just like I also am in a place where I don't really know what I want either. So I'm kind of okay with it. But I'm not gonna lie. As a woman, there are times where I'm like, I want a baby, and I feel like that for like a day, and then I snap out of it.
Fam, that fever, boy. I would say you babysit one time, boy. Like, hey, make it your little badass kid, man.
I always have friends like who have kids. I don't know what it is, but I've always had a friend who has like a little baby, and it like snaps me out of it. I'm like, yeah, I can't do this by myself. I need to make sure I wait until I have a husband before I do this.
I feel it. So how about this though? So you say you're about to be 27, and you said you haven't found a man yet. How much longer you think you got before it's just like, I ain't having no damn children. I'm too old.
Hollywood trying to get in my business today.
No, I mean, well, me and my girl be talking about that, like on some like, okay, because both of us are 26, and so I do think one day I might marry her because I've been with her like 4-5 years and shit. We met 2012. And
did y'all meet at Skigi?
We did meet at Skigi.
Did she go to Skigi?
She did go to Skigi.
Do I know her?
I don't know her name. Is Onisha Hall, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds real familiar.
I posted it on my IG like for Christmas or whatever.
IG creep real quick.
But anyway, we'll have a discussion. And it makes sense. It's like, so we 26. Well, I'll be 26 next year. And you know, you want to get her.
She's a nursing major.
No, she majored in biology. Then she switched to Bremer, business.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna keep looking.
But no, so it's like she'll mention like, okay, we probably maybe get married in, let's just say 2 years. Then you don't want to have children as soon as you get married. You want to enjoy your marriage for like a year or so. Then that's 29. Then now you're getting close to that. You don't want to be that grandma ass mama where you having children at like 30, 32, 33.
That's grandma. God damn.
I mean, think about it. When your kids be in like high school, you gonna look like almost old as shit if you know what I'm saying. Don't do it before like 30, cause some people thought. Let me see. My daddy had me. He was 32, and when I graduated high school, he was at the high school graduation looking old as shit. Like that.
Was he really?
Yeah.
But
my mama wasn't looking old.
Well, you know what? I noticed something, cause like for me, I went to school with mostly white people. So most of their mama and daddies were older than my parents. But when I went to HBCU, it was like my parents fit in with everybody else's parents because my parents were a little bit younger when they had me. So my parents were always like the younger ones out of like all of my peers' parents. So I do think about that sometimes because I'm like, you know, my dad's mom had my dad when she was 18. My dad had me when he was 23. And I'm just kind of like, preferably, I would have liked to have had one by now if I was going to have one. But I'm okay with not having one. But I do sometimes fear, like, okay, I don't want to be 34, 35, like, struggling to have a kid if I decide to have one.
Because then what if you want to have multiple?
And then I'm just like, I be tired now. I can't imagine chasing up after a baby, 1-2 years old, and I'm like 37. Like, I think I'm going to die. That's why I have to have
See, now it's making sense.
Yeah.
Now I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't think it's men. I don't think we really have that biological clock. Like, man, like, bro, I just gotta have a kid. Like, hell, shit, you know.
No, y'all can squirt one out at 65.
Facts. Like, oh God, be an old ass daddy,
for
bro.
real.
Look, kid, be 25. Your ass 79. Goddamn.
I mean,
like,
honestly, like I've dated older and been like, you know what? I'm okay with just being like a stepmama and getting married to somebody who's like 40, 50 years old. And if he wants to have a kid, then that's fine too. But I feel like most older guys, like if they've already had kids, they're pretty much like done. And so I'm like, okay, I don't have to have that pressure of like stretching out my stomach and shit and doing all, because pregnancy is some bullshit. The stuff that happens to your body, like the more I learn, I'm just like, you know what? I really don't feel like that's my ministry. I don't know if that's what God really has intended for my life, because that don't sound like that's something for me. So I don't know.
Oh my God.
Boy,
we ain't gonna just
hold on, time out. Whoa, what?
What?
So you feel like, you know, you conceiving a child is not gonna be a part of like your life story? Is that what you're saying as far as like your ministry goes or your message?
I'm saying I don't know if I'm supposed to have a kid. I don't feel like every woman is supposed to have a child. But I will say this. if I get married and my husband wants kids, I do like, because of my beliefs in Christianity and God telling us that we need to procreate, I do feel like it is my duty as a wife to have a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with having it. I'm just not like, the odds are against us as Black women. And I'm sure you guys can think about probably 4 or 5 different Black women that you know in different areas of your life who are either not married or who have never been married. There's a lot of us. We be struggling out here to like find a decent mate. So I'm having to look at all facets of my life, like in a big picture. Okay, if I get a husband, do I want kids? I don't know. Maybe. If he wants one, I'll give him one. Maybe just one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the most I can do. If I meet somebody who don't want kids, cool. Save me and my uterus a whole bunch of, from having a whole bunch of issues. So I feel like I can go either way.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that because I especially think that lately, man. Like, damn, bro. Like, am I gonna have kids, man? Am I gonna be like the single uncle? You know what I'm saying? Like, out here, like, hey, bro, you come to the crib you want to, like,
I also had thought about having a baby. Like, if I decide, like, at 30, 31 that I do want a kid and I haven't met my husband, I have thought about having a baby with a gay man.
Why?
That's definitely interesting.
Because it don't matter if he's gay or not. He's gonna provide for my child.
And you talk about nigga like.
What's wrong with that? We don't have to. We can co-parent in the same household without being like married.
Let me ponder on that, because I'm okay. Having a child with a gay man. So like,
what's so bad about that? There's nothing. I don't feel like there's any negative repercussions with that.
Would you want to raise your future child with a gay parent though, like a gay male parent?
I don't have a problem with that. I'm not homophobic.
I mean,
yeah, but would you want your child to grow up gay though?
So we're about to have like basic homophobia 101 with you right now, Hollywood.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I feel like I'm gonna have to do that because
I'm not homophobic either.
But you wouldn't have said what you just said if you would have said. But just because you grow up in a gay household does not mean that you're gonna be gay.
No, it don't. But it's like he said, it's kids. That's where a lot of stuff start. So you kind of want to like promote whatever you showing your kids. Just like a lot of females that treat dudes a certain way is because they didn't have fathers in their life.
Facts.
Or their fathers treated them like shit.
Yeah, but if anything, that's more of a psychological problem that like helps you make sexual decisions versus like a biological decision. If your dick gets hard because you saw an attractive man, that has nothing to do with your upbringing. That's science. That's like your natural reaction. So that's what you're sexually attracted to. My son's dick is not gonna get hard because he had my son's dick is not gonna get hard from seeing another man just because his father is gay.
Unless he want to grow up and be like his father.
Yeah, but still, there has to be a biology to it. If he's gay, it's because that's what turns him on. You can't. If you want to be like your dad, if your dad was gay, that has nothing to do with how you sexually react to the opposite sex or to the same sex. Like, people take science out of shit. Like you have to be able to, like, if you are gay, you have to either be willing to penetrate or be penetrated. And, like, being gay is not an easy thing. So I feel like people are like, take away from, like, gay people and what it is they have to go through sometimes because of the ways that they think about homosexuality. Do you think taking a dick is easy? Like, let's just talk about that. No, I'm just saying, taking a dick is not easy. So I'm just saying, like, for a nigga to be like, oh, I'm gay, that's not an easy decision to make. Like, there's some processes that go. It's not just like, oh, I think I want to be gay because it's cool. And they sit there and they got to go through all the... Y'all understand what I mean?
I don't know about all that. All I was saying was a lot of kids grow up emulating their parents. Like, you grow up with a healthy household. You grow up and you want to get what your mom had, in a good man, or what your dad had in a good wife. You grow up, with a broken household. You kind of don't know. You kind of lost. You grow up with a mama who's straight and a dad who gay. you might be bi or goddamn you don't know.
But what I'm saying with that is that's psychological, right?
Yeah.
Because if you come from a broken home and you're gay, you still can bring any trauma that you incur as a child can still be brought into another relationship, whether you're gay or not. So that's true. And even if you come from a 2-parent household where your mom and daddy are together and they're loving, you still are gonna want that regardless if you're gay or not. Like it's about relationship. It's about the psychology of it.
And I think that's more like what I'm leaning towards. Like, how would you, like, having a heterosexual mother and a homosexual father, like, how would y'all two, you know, I guess come with a plan to teach your child, like, the values of love and relationship if y'all have two totally different philosophies or, I guess, like, attractions and shit?
I don't feel like love is limited to sexuality, though. So if I'm teaching my child love is love, or that you're supposed to love everybody and be accepting of everybody, we would be prime examples of that. Mm-hmm. Because we came together and decided to raise you because we knew that we wanted a child, even if that meant that we weren't going to be together on a romantic level.
That's pretty deep.
I be thinking of ways that most niggas don't. It's okay. It's okay. I brought something new to y'all's brains. But this is also like, I'm going to edit a lot of this stuff out because we ain't talking about nothing entertainment. But
this shit got all the way off.
Man, fail.
But these are kind of like thoughts that Black women have to have that I don't feel like people realize, that like we have to take our personal, like, the fairy tales that we like to have. We don't get those same opportunities that white girls do, or really any other group or race of women. We're the ones who, like, we end up being out here by ourselves, or we also have like the highest like deaths and even having pregnancy. Like when you have, or Black women have the highest mortality rate when having children. So that's something else that we even have to like be concerned and worried about if we do decide to have a kid. So, you know, these are like, you know, some gems I'm dropping on y'all. I give them to y'all for free this time. Okay. Brad, you mentioned that you wanted to mention like different Black programming, Black movies, Black shows, people who are out here changing the game and kind of bringing like that, I guess like that 90s feeling back a little bit, because when we saw Black people in all the movies and all the shows. What are some of your favorite programs that came out in 2018? Yeah,
man. I'm hurt that they canceled, man. But Love Is, man.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I heard it was good.
Man, Love Is, bro. Like the kills, man.
So what about it made it good? Was it just because like the vulnerability that they showed and like different topics within Black relationships that we don't typically talk about?
I feel like I like the fact that they went back to the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Like, in particular, like the year 97 and, you know, kind of, you know, reflecting on like things that were happening like during that calendar year. And, you know, just like how you had like two opposites that attract, and they both, you know, out west in Hollywood trying to make their dreams come true, you know, and showing like the different, like, I guess you say like areas of love when it came, you know, to them. So I felt like, you know, it really gave people like a brand new look at Black love, especially when you talking about it's based on someone's life. So it's like, damn, like, not only is this shit entertaining as hell, but shit, some of this shit actually happened.
Right, it's deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any favorite shows this year, Hollywood, that were like from Black creators?
I'm trying to think for real. I didn't really watch too much TV, like cable TV. But
it could be anything.
But I can't even think of the show, and I didn't even finish it. But it was a show where Regina Black was the lead actress.
Regina
Netflix.
Black.
I think not Regina Black.
Hall? King?
Regina King.
7 seconds.
Yeah, 7 seconds. That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't watch that either.
Oh man, that's an amazing series. I got to like the last 3 episodes, but it was about this. The whole series was about her being a detective trying to figure out a murder case dealing with a little boy in the episodes, whatever. It's really good. If you get a chance, check it out. It's probably still trending like it's one of the popular things to watch on Netflix. But as far as TV, I didn't get a chance. Now I did want to watch. I'm a comedy fan because I'm a comedian. I try to follow the guys who are successful. Comedian Lil Real Harry had a show on Fox called The Real Show or whatever. I wanted to watch that one. I think it did good, and it'll actually have a second season. So, and it's got Jess Hilarious and DC Young Fly in it. So y'all check that out. I think the next season might start in like February or March.
Oh yeah. I know what show you're talking about now. I was lost at first.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch the show Atlanta?
Hey man,
I did watch the show Atlanta, and one of the guys that I mentioned, I started comedy with in Montgomery, was actually on the 12th episode of the first season.
Oh really?
Yeah, he had a small role, but he was on it though.
Yeah, man. I shout out to Donald Glover, man. Like he's killing it, bro. Like when it comes from movies to television to music, bro. And then Atlanta's something different too because it's like it makes like it's realistic in a way.
100%.
Cause we know niggas like that, bro.
We from the South, so for me, even though like we not from Atlanta, we from Birmingham. We 2 hours over. We've all been to Atlanta 1,010,000 times, and I'm gonna have a fat girl moment for a second. The first episode of this last season where they was shooting each other and at Miss Winters, I said, what they know about Miss Winters?
Bro.
I was like, let me go down a minute. I was like, I gotta go get me some Miss Winters chicken and biscuits in the scene.
Look with the sweet tea, man.
I ain't seen Miss Winters in forever.
I was like, hold up. I wasn't ready.
And it's like he's so out the box with his shit. Like just like some of the episodes, like I never forget. I think it was like season 1. It may have been season 2, but it was the FUBU episode. Where they went back to like I think like 97, 98 or whatever.
Yes.
And fam, it was like him and like one of his classmates, like they had the same exact FUBU jersey on, but one of the motherfuckers had
fake.
a goddamn
Yeah, one of them was fake. And everybody was talking about who got the fake one. Yeah.
You know what? I ain't gonna even let us bring up Black TV, and then nobody even said nothing about Power. Y'all watch Power? No.
Is that considered Black TV?
I mean, 50 Cent, ain't he over all that? That ain't.
Yeah, I guess you could say that's
I
black.
mean, he gotta be black.
There's a lot of niggas in there. I guess we'll go ahead and put it in the black category.
We'll go ahead and put it. But y'all fool with Power?
I do like Power.
Man, Power is
Power. I don't feel like it's as good as it was a few seasons ago, but it's pretty good.
I agree. I think how I don't know if 50 Cent had to do with anything. I don't know if he has anything to do with the writing or the directing or whatever. Who's ever responsible for that, it's like every season they kind of like grow the anticipation. Like this season, it really didn't get good till like the 6th or 7th episode.
And they do that. I feel like they do that every season though.
And then it turns up right at the end.
If they have a format, I feel like from episodes 1 to 4, it's like we're gonna build y'all up. We're gonna build y'all up. Episode 5 is always the crux of the season.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like season 5, that's where it's like that's kind of like the climax. Like, oh shit, like, that's where like the big shit happened. So it's like as the episodes, kind of like go on from like 6 to 10, it's like shit, like we finna pay y'all niggas like for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, especially how season 5 ended, with well, shit, spoiler alert, with old girl getting shot and shit. By the time it's
if
like,
you ain't seen Power by now, then
yeah,
you missing
when Angela getting shot by the time, it's like, damn, like how they gonna pull in season 6 now?
Right.
You know she gonna live. You know she gonna live, but it's kind of like, damn, like come on, Tommy, shit, bro. Like you gonna kill a DA agent, bro? Come on, bro. You can't do that shit.
Did you guys watch Insecure?
Yeah, I just messed around the binge, watched it probably like a couple of weeks ago, man. Shout out to Issa, man.
Insecure is good. You don't watch Hollywood?
I don't watch it.
You got to get into Insecure. One of the things I like about Insecure is just the fact that I feel like it's one of those shows where as Black millennials, we can come together and have conversations about the different themes or topics that come up within the show because it's also realistic, whether you're a man or a woman, because some of the things that happen to them are very, what's the word I'm looking for? It can happen to anybody, not just a man or not just a woman. Like anybody can experience these things. So like I know in this last season, one of the popular topics was ghosting, and it's kind of also like a cultural moment too because now you see people referring to niggas as ghosting before, where I'm gonna stop talking about just men. Ghosting is not a new thing, but you hear people refer to ghosting more now, and I think it's simply just off of that show. So it's like they're definitely moving the culture forward, I feel.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I think with Issa, man, like, with her kind of being in this pocket of like millennials or whatever, where she's not too young but not too old to still kind of like reach back and kind of like join people together. She's able to pull, certain things from her life experiences and put it into her work, into her writing, which, makes for great content. what's Miley. You know what I'm saying? With Miley having like the Asian love interest.
Who? Molly.
Yeah.
Okay.
With
Sorry.
Miley having the Asian love interest, like, you know, that's still taboo. You know, granted, you know, you got more and more interracial couples nowadays, but it's still, especially for like black women, to go out and venture off, you know.
Yeah, you don't see black women doing it as much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because y'all so love to the culture. And shout out to y'all.
We are.
But yeah.
We love y'all way too much. Y'all don't deserve us, honestly.
Hey, man. We still love you, man. We still love you. We still love you.
Yeah, I thought that was I thought that opened up a good discussion, just like on the internet, because, you know, they said that if you look at like the stats with dating apps, they say black women and Asian men are like the least likely to get matched on dating apps. And so Issa even made a joke like way back when it backfired at some point this year.
Like in her book.
Yeah, like a book that she put out like a few years ago, how black women and Asian men need to get together and, you know, and defeat the odds. And so seeing that, now granted, that Asian man on the show was fine. There's not a lot of them around these parts of the country. Now, if you move out to California, you may see more of that.
Yeah.
So if we want to be with an Asian guy, we're gonna have to move, because they ain't walking around here looking like that. Otherwise, it wouldn't be no problems.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was a really, you know, a good perspective to bring, because for some reason, you know, speaking for black women, or for myself at least, I love black men. Like, there's nothing like it. But I have to be open to dating outside of my race, and it's hard. And I feel like a lot of other black women feel the same way. We just be like, nah, I ain't with that. I ain't trying to be. A lot of girls be like, I don't want to see a pink penis and stuff like that. And I just be like, girl, like, I mean, if it gets hard, then like, why does it matter? But I feel it to a certain extent.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, like, old boy, what they call him, Asian babe or whatever, but fam actually dates a black woman.
I saw that. He did like a Macy's ad with his actual girlfriend in real life. I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all on Insecure.
I was like, he had too much flavor.
Well, I think it's like outside of Insecure, but like fam, you know what I'm saying? Fam, like, you know what I'm saying? He promotes his relationship, you know.
Yeah.
All that, bro. Yeah, I was like, dang, like, he actually, like, it's art imitating life to a degree.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, like, for me, you know, I feel like with black women, like, y'all should be able to venture out and try, you know, other, you know, men of different ethnicities and cultures. I mean, hell, shit, black men been doing it for centuries, you know?
The beginning of time.
I mean, you know, the world just love black men, bro. I mean, we can't help it. I mean, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Hollywood, where's the lie?
I don't see no lie.
It's not a lie. And I think I roll my eyes because y'all know that, and then y'all like take advantage of that shit, and y'all think that shit is cute because that's a whole nother topic that I don't want to delve into. Are there any other shows or movies? I just saw Creed 2 the other day.
Man, I have not seen it yet.
I gotta see that.
Let me talk about Michael B. Jordan for a second, because that man.
This is year, bro. Like 2018 was his year.
Oh, fine. We didn't talk about Black Panther. Oh my God. Never have I cared. Never have I liked a villain before. I think that's why a lot of people like this movie, because obviously we want to like be on T'Challa's side, right? But at the same time, like Killmonger was like fighting for like we get it, like, bro, we feel you, like, you fighting for some shit that we want to fight for here. So it was like his argument was valid, even though how he was going about it was wrong.
Yeah.
So I think that's why a lot of people fucked with it, because it was like we liked both the villain and the superhero.
I really felt like I was a little upset, man, and they went ahead and killed him, bro, because I really felt like, because you know they gotta do a sequel, you know what I'm saying? And I really felt like Killmonger could have been like the anti-hero, you feel what I'm saying? Kind of like a Black Wolverine in a way, you know what I'm saying? But you cannot lie and say you didn't feel it when, like, at the moments he was dying, like, you know, I'd rather die like my ancestors than live in bondage, some shit like that.
I think everybody was like,
oof. Shit.
Glory! He took us to church for a second. Man. For sure, yeah.
And let's remind all the listeners now that movie made the most money a movie ever made in movie history.
Was it all the movies ever?
All the movies in movie history. That movie
Did they top Titanic? Because I think I remember them being like top 3.
Oh, I thought I heard him topping Titanic.
Maybe.
Cause I got in an argument with a white man at work, and that's how I know for sure. Like, no, niggas, we this all year, nigga, bitch ass. We beat Titanic.
You was cussing out the white people at work after the
No, you gotta be no, sir. Actually, Black Panther is now the new #1 movie all time. Actually, of all movies, actually.
Fam, like
Black movies, not like this year, not in the last 20. All movies
All
ever made.
time.
Black Panther.
Bro, and it's crazy, like, the numbers that it did domestically, just in America alone. And then, with them going to different countries, to different continents, doing they premieres and stuff, it's like, it made a global impact. And I think for us, man, we haven't seen a black superhero righteous, bro, since Blade.
Is Blade a superhero?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, well, if we want to go back further than that, if you don't really consider Blade to be a superhero, shit, it's Spawn. But Spawn, I kind of
either.
Man.
I don't know nothing about these things.
Man. I'm a comic guy. I'm a comic guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to watch comic books, watch the comic cartoons and read them, all that good shit. But Black Panther, man, it was good because it gave representation, bro. Like how many of us dress up, you know what I'm saying, as superheroes for Halloween, but all the motherfuckers white? Finally, you got black kids be like, I want to dress like Black Panther. I want to dress like T'Challa. You feel me?
Yeah. T'Challa.
Look, T'Challa. So it's like, it's good, bro. It's good. It's representation, man. Representation matters.
One of the things that I loved about the movie was that in all corners of the movie, you had black women that was like
kicking
slaying,
ass.
Okay? Being like, no, nigga, that's not what's going to happen. You're going to listen to me. And it's what we're about to do. What's her name? Shuri. That was T'Challa's sister's name.
Yeah.
Her being like the brain and the science behind like everything working. I was just like, okay, so y'all can get all my money. I went to go see him 3 times.
I mean, fam, who didn't see it like
multiple times?
I mean, fam, like bootleg.
With all my African shit on.
Fam, Daisiki down, boy. On God, boy.
Yeah.
Shit.
I loved Michael B. Jordan. That opening scene when he had that jacket on with his dreads and up and his glasses, I was like, oh my God. You didn't tell me you was gonna come out here busting out the door like this?
Now, one thing I didn't appreciate.
Oh Lord, here we go.
What's the little thing they do? I guess like when he became the king, but they did it with Killmonger. How fan was like, I killed in Iraq, Afghanistan. Motherfucker take off his shirt and see you hear all the women. Oh my God! Oh shit!
What's wrong with that,
bro? Goddamn, we know the nigga big shit. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be mad because we like looking at Michael B. Jordan. What the fuck? Like we can't admire him. Y'all go somewhere and see a half naked ass bitch and she got a fat ass and like a 2-inch stomach and big ass breasts. Y'all would be like.
No,
drooling like a dog.
Not in the movies.
No,
we probably be texting in our group with our partners. Like, but you seen that bitch?
Well, that's because of Instagram. Y'all be seeing pussy like for free every day on the timeline. We don't get to see beautiful buff niggas like that on the timeline every day. Like we gotta go search for it a little bit more than y'all do.
Well, I mean, we need to talk to your sisters, bro, because they just put it out there on the platter. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we not gonna look.
And for the record, half of these females not even living like that, because my partner is a photographer, and I just found out you can, like, slim down females.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Photoshop.
Yeah.
What? He was like, bro,
there's apps on your phone, everything, where you can, like, make shit look smaller.
Filters.
And everything, yeah.
All that.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm supposed to let me pencil me in a 6-pack.
You feel me?
Make me 6'5".
Not pencil it.
What? They gonna be like, hey,
I can't.
Ain't he funny? Shit.
So yeah, Creed was good. I've really enjoyed Michael B. Jordan this year. I just hope that he said that the rumor about him not dating black women wasn't true. So I just pray that like that's not true, and just prove us wrong by being with a black woman. Like come out next year and be with a black woman and make us all happy. There's a rumor because he's been seen with like non-black women multiple times that he don't like us, and he said that that's like not true.
Damn.
But I kind of feel like it may be true.
So okay. So would you be hurt?
Yes.
If he came out was like, this my queen, this my heart, my rib, and
she's not black,
and she white.
Absolutely.
White.
I get mad when it's any nigga. Just because going back to the whole interracial thing, You do not, and this is, again, our fault to a certain extent, but I just don't feel, let me say this. Even if it wasn't our choice, I don't see white men going after black women the way you see black men going after white women. Regardless if we want to be with them or not, I just don't see it happening.
I feel like with a lot of white boys, when it comes to like their attraction to sisters, I feel like it's more on a sexual tip.
Sure.
Instead of love, like they looking at that
1000%.
ass, they looking at like, boy, like, cause historically speaking, you know, black women have been like sexualized. Yeah, for centuries.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like when you look, I feel like with white boys, I feel like they look at, you know, black women like, you know, like sexual objects and shit, like to conquer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you very rarely got white boys that real deal like, damn, like, she cool as fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Or I'd like to get to know her a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's, you know, yeah, let me just fuck her and have her on my belt until my boys like, hey man, you know, I had Keisha last night.
Oh my God, not Keisha.
I had Keisha last night.
Keisha gotta be like the universal black girl name. You just throw a name
It
out there.
really is.
Like,
Hey.
That's funny. But that's interesting what he said though. Like, I don't know a lot. I know a few white guys with black chicks. And one thing is, and it's crazy, you'll hear comedians and everybody said, when white guys go, it's like he said, they really attracted to like that black, that ass, the chest, that smile. And you'll see a white guy with like one of the baddest black girls in the city. Mm-hmm. You'll see a black dude with like trash.
Yeah.
Ooh, like, big fat.
Gas station worker.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being fat.
Plumber.
First of all,
look, your side's sexy, okay? LL Cool J said it on Rip the Runway, you know what I'm saying, back like circa 05. Look it up on YouTube.
You're definitely not fat. I've seen you fat. You're definitely not fat.
But my thing is, like, they be with, like, the white version of Rasputin and shit and be like, hold on to him and be like, you know, this my queen, this my heart.
The white version of Rasputin.
The white, yeah. I mean, big trailer trash, like, like, come on, bro. Like, I feel like this.
So you left us for that.
I feel like this. I feel like, bro, if you're going to be with a white girl, fam, she got to be tight. Like, tight.
Yeah.
You know, ain't no half stepping.
Now, one of my partners dated a white girl. She straight. She tight.
What's a tight woman? What does it mean to be tight?
Like, the opposite of what everything he just said. Let me see if I can pull up. She all right, but I don't know. He right, though. Like, it really be bad.
Okay.
Because, look, sisters are going to talk about you being with a white girl anyways, off rip.
Yeah.
So at least let her be bad.
At least let me have a reason not to
be
talk
like,
to her
okay,
when
I can understand.
I can understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
You know, we already get the thing, you know what I'm saying, black men in general, we already get the thing like, oh, we don't like sisters no more and all that, like, which I feel is not true. I just feel like, you know, the world just make us their oyster and vice versa, and, you know, we just take our picking.
Mm. Any other black programming that you guys enjoyed in 2018? I keep trying to get us back
Black
on
Lightning.
topic.
Black Lightning, you know, superhero joint on the CW. Also made by the Kills.
Okay, I didn't watch that.
Man, fam. Got to.
I'm real basic when it comes to my TV. I stick with my Real Housewives, Love and Hip Hop. I watch it because it's good trash. Like, it's funny. It's like, these niggas is really crazy. Like,
Mona Scott, bro, like, she lost me when she did Sorority Sisters, bro. Like,
what?
When they did the Sorority Sisters probably like two years ago. Like 2-3 years ago. I was like, fam, come on.
Was she behind that?
Yeah. Man.
Okay.
Mona Scott is pretty much like the Shonda Rhimes of VH1, bro. Like, for real. Like, real shit, bro. VH1. Like, oh, God, think about it. If you look at, like, all the reality shows on VH1, fam, it's probably a few that don't have her name attached to that shit, especially the Love and Hip Hop franchise. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she's all over that shit.
Yeah, she's definitely found her niche, and she's, as long as niggas want to continue to pretend like they got money and they are working and making music and stuff and want to show their ass, she got a check that's gonna be cut for her. So why step away from something? Like, people know what they getting into.
Yeah, but
I'm not mad.
But I kind of feel like, damn, bro, like, you know, don't we already got like these, you know, images, or folks already think that black folks already kind of like move in a certain way, and it's like you putting gasoline on the fire.
But at the same time, we just had a whole conversation about different black programming where it should be clear to people who are not stuck within their own white boxes, that Black people are not a monolith, that we are very multifaceted people. So I don't feel like that's an excuse anymore. You know, like there's all sorts of shows and movies now that shows Black people doing all sorts of stuff.
Right.
So, because even when Scandal was out, people used to be like, well, don't y'all think it's bad that we got this bombshell about this like powerhouse Black woman, but she's sleeping with a married man? And I was like, okay, here y'all go.
Did you any of y'all get a chance to see the Ricky Smiley show?
The scripted show or his reality
His
show?
reality show.
Not this season.
I watch it from time to time.
Okay. Well, I didn't think about that when we started talking about reality shows. I thought about that. I saw a couple episodes, and one of the episodes was kind of like piggybacking off of what she just said. His son, like his 15-year-old son, made a statement where I guess he was saying,
oh, he don't like Black girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, Ricky Smiley had like an interview. You can catch it on YouTube. He kind of like went off on people, basically saying everything she was saying. Like, you don't have to really bash or jump so hard on, and then on top of that, the dude 15, he don't really know what he like.
Right. Like, he's still growing.
So,
but that's kind of a problem though, because if my son came home talking about he don't like Black girls, I don't know, it's gonna be a problem in the house. Like, go get your daddy. We better have a conversation. And part of it, I feel like, obviously, if he feels that way, it's because he's being put in some kind of environment that thinks that that's okay. And so for me as a parent, I have to be like, okay, well, where are you feeling like this is okay? So, but it's a problem.
This is true. This is true. I got some cousins. He ain't like that no more. But when he was little, and they grew up in a nice neighborhood and everything. But for like the most of his young life, he was like swearing that all Black girls were quote unquote ghetto. Jesus. And he was like, where you getting this bullshit from? You raised by, like, you got a pool in your backyard. You got your mama Black, we ain't ghetto, we a nice family. So it's like she said, it really be like that. Like you have to make sure, if you can, that your kids or your youngins is in the right areas, because they just going off of what they seeing.
Big face. Like, especially if you kind of like you said, like you know what I'm saying, went to school with majority white people, but at the same time, like, you come from a Black household, and I'm pretty sure that they taught you the value of like Blackness and Black love and all that. So it's like, when you don't have like people in your life that's really reinforcing it, and you're just going off of like what's around you, then it kind of shapes and molds how you look at, like, you know, women of your culture.
Well, I have a family that I'm close to where the mom has 2 boys. They're both in high school. They go to school with white girls, or white kids, not just white girls, white kids. And both of them have mainly only dated white girls. And she feels like, as a mom, she can only have conversations with them about like being with a Black girl, but she can't force that on them. And their dad passed away like, you know, a couple years ago. So it's just their mom. And their mom is like, you know, I'm not going to force that on them. If that's what they like, that's what they like. They're also, you know, and kind of go back to what he said, they're kids. So.
Oh, man, look, you don't take him going to an HBU, bro.
You know, that's true.
That's all it take, man.
That's
Smart,
true.
educated sisters, bro. You know what I'm saying? Put you on game right quick. Hey, here, look, be coming home. Hey, mama.
And the ratios.
Let me introduce you to Keisha.
Yeah.
Big face. Shit.
Anything else that happened in 2018 that I know there's a lot of stuff that we didn't talk about, but is there anything else that we should talk about that wasn't brought up?
Yay.
Do we have to do this?
Yay.
I just got really tired.
Yay.
Okay, go ahead, Brad.
Man, I'm like Snoop. I'm like Uncle Snoop, bro. That brother needed a hug from a Black woman, bro. Like, real talk. And I still think that he is a musical genius, but it's like he is so detached from reality, bro. Being out there in Wyoming, Calabasas, where the fuck he be saying that with them Kardashians and shit. Like, bruh is lost, fam. Like, that whole TMZ rant, bro, I was like, whoa.
Man,
yeah.
And you know, getting back to what I said earlier about money schemes, I thought that's what he had going the very first time he did it.
Why do you say money schemes and not just like marketing?
I'm getting my vocab all messed up. But yeah, marketing is what I'm referring to.
Okay.
That TMZ clip he referring to, it was like right before, probably like a week or two prior to his album coming out. But then The nigga went back and did more dumb shit. Like, okay, nah, you're not trying to market. You just really like that. Like,
Right.
I don't think it's no helping that guy.
Right. And it's like, and it's taken away from like his artistry, man, because it's like, I mean, we've always known Ye to be like this asshole and always thinking like way outside the box. But it's like, fam, when you aligning yourself with probably the biggest asshole in the world, fuck America, but the world, and you trying to follow his ideologies and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fam, like, bro, like you sitting here acting like your mama, God rest her soul, she wasn't a top-notch professor at Chicago State, fam. Like, your parents want a part of the Black Party. Like, you don't know, like, how this shit rolls. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he, like I say, bro, he done got with them Kardashians.
That, for me, that honestly was like the straw for me. So it didn't even have to get to this point. Like, him marrying that girl, I was like, so I actually can't anymore. I probably will still listen to the music, but I will not take anything else to heart when it comes to what Kanye West decides to do or say at all, because you married a Kardashian. Like that, people, I feel like sometimes people don't realize like what marriage really means, especially when it comes to celebrities, because we don't look at them like real people. Who you decide to marry, that means that you are saying, this is my partner for life. She is I am she. She's a reflection of me. You married Kim Kardashian. I cannot stand them hoes. Anybody who listens to this podcast knows I do not like them motherfucking Kardashians at all. And as you decide to marry, okay, cool, I'm out. I may listen to your album, I may not, whatever I feel like. I've been done.
They got a curse on them, bro. Like, well, I ain't gonna say them in particular, but I feel like any black dude that align themselves with like the Kardashian brand, bro, I feel like to a certain degree you doing, bro. Like real talk, like think about it. Think about this. Reggie Bush, top-notch athlete.
Going back on the timeline.
Top-notch athlete,
Brad.
Let me break it down for you right quick. Top-notch athlete, bro. Wins the Heisman. You know, second pick overall in the 06 draft, bro, by New Orleans. Balling. Gets with Kim K. Man out the league. I mean, granted, he was a running back. You know, running back have a real short shelf life in the league. But I really felt like he could have really been like a once in a generation player. But fam was just all up in the sauce. You feel what I'm saying? Then to the point, fam got a type. Because if you look at his chick now,
yeah,
shit, I'd be like, damn, is this Kim too?
Yeah.
You know, and y'all probably remember Rashad McCants. Yeah, ghosts, little crickets.
Yeah, who was that? Who did he date?
I'm finna tell you. Rashad McCants, he was a shooting guard at UNC. He got drafted by the Timberwolves like way back in like, I think like 05, 06 or something like that. And he dated Chloe. He was supposed to be like...
That was before they were like famous.
You know, Keeping Up with the Kardashians came out around by like 07. So, you know...
It was before that.
No, it was during that. It was during it, cause they actually showed like an episode like them being at Austin, you know, be there all the little celebrity shit, whatever, and he was there and all that, and like Fan was supposed to be like a, you know what I'm saying, like a pretty good basketball player and shit, but like, and Fan was out of the league by like 5 years, went to like 4 teams within 5 years, like never really made his footing in the league and shit. I just feel like any dude that, you know what I'm saying, attach himself to the Kardashians, or you can throw in the Jenners too.
Yeah, no, them Jenners are definitely part of it. Yeah, I'm trying to see. I was very disappointed in Travis Scott for getting that girl pregnant. I don't really have anything else to say except for that I was disappointed in that, because I was just like,
I mean, look at Lamar Odom, bro.
Say, their resume is horrible. And Chris Humphries.
Look at Lamar,
it's all bad.
Bro. Lamar Odom, the man doing crack in a brothel.
He's doing better now.
Thank God.
He's he actually is about to play basketball, I think in Europe somewhere.
Man.
So.
Hello. Hey, man, I'm glad to see you doing your thing, boy, because, bro.
Yeah, we was concerned.
We was concerned, bro. You do like,
for sure.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. As far as Kanye goes, do you guys think that the change in Kanye, do you think that happened when he lost his mother? Because I feel like it.
Yo, I've been saying that shit for the last 11 years, bro.
Has it been 11 years since you've been dead?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I would have sworn we was in high school.
She died like November. I think like November 07. And you know the Grammys are always around like February.
Right.
So like I remember him doing like Dear Mama, like the symphony version, and like Fam breaking down and all that. And that was around the same time that I think 808 was finna drop. And ever since then, bro, you just see like a difference. Bro, think about the trilogy of College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation, bro.
His best albums.
Bro, think about the quality and the shit that he was talking about. Granted, he's experienced different shit, so what you talk about is gonna be different from when you first started. However, it's like, bro, like you gave us like
those three are all classics. I think everybody will tell you that their favorite Kanye West album is gonna be at least one of those three. For me, it's Graduation.
My nigga. Like, I play that bitch from goddamn
that Good Morning, that intro. That shit is so hard. That is like it's beautiful. The stuff, it's just like it's one of my favorite albums. Like that intro is hard.
Man.
Yeah, and I feel like The Life of Pablo is probably like the only other album that I truly fuck with since Graduation. I enjoyed The Life of Pablo to a certain extent, and I also enjoyed 808 Heartbeats a little bit, and a little bit of
My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yes, hey, and then I only like a couple of tracks.
That was riding. That was riding.
I was trying to think of the name.
That was riding. Hey, that was riding. I wasn't really into Yeezus.
Yeezus only had like 2 or 3 good albums. So, I mean, tracks.
Singles, yeah.
Yeah.
I think like Bound and I think it was Bound and like Black Skinhead, which I listened to Bound. Only reason I listened to Bound because they had Charlie Wilson on that thing.
Yeah, it was good musically. Yeah. Like it was good music for sure.
The one about the fantasy, that's the one with all of the lights on it.
Ooh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh yeah.
Yeah.
I used to listen to that every day going.
Fam, that was workout music, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Kanye anymore. So, anything else? I think we're good on this episode. I don't know what I'm going to name it because half of this conversation was about entertainment. The other half was about everything else. Yeah, y'all.
Man, we didn't
y'all
talk about Auntie Shell, bro.
Who?
Auntie Michelle Obama.
Okay.
Like even though would you consider like her book tour like entertainment to a degree?
For sure. I think Michelle Obama is a pivotal piece within like our culture. Like she absolutely created some moments in this last month with that book tour.
Like fam, like she's shattering like century records in like days.
Yeah,
bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you
and then out here looking like gorgeous, like
and she a real nigga.
Like she looks
from South Side Chicago.
What?
Right.
Definitely. Did y'all see? Go ahead. I go.
Ivy League educated.
Man, that's crazy. Like
2 degrees.
You don't see that.
I think
more.
she's
like,
the second most, not the second most, but like I think her and Eleanor Roosevelt were like the only 2 first ladies who would like have that amount of education from a first lady in like history.
I don't quote me on it, but I want to say she's the only first lady to have an Ivy League education.
I think
and to have a bachelor and a master's.
Yeah.
But you went to Princeton and I think Harvard or Columbia, one of the two. Anyways, hell, it's still Ivy League.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
shit on these hoes.
Definitely boss.
Like
she just did an interview with I can't think of it. It's one of them famous white niggas. I'm gonna fuck it up. Anyway, the guy on the show, I had to look it up when we leave. But he was asking her, y'all know him or her and Obama, they got like this like beef with Trump, as they should, because he's an idiot and he's pretty much trying to like negate everything that he enforced in his 8 years. Anyway, the guy asked her about how she feels about Trump. Swear to God, her response was, "Bye, Felicia." I said, "Real nigga."
Yeah, no. She will pull it together real quick, and then she'll quickly remind y'all, like, don't forget. I'm a sister. Like, I will let you know. I'll put it together. And I loved on her book tour how she like talked to us about how she met Barack and how she was in this place where she wasn't really trying to date nobody and she was just focused on her work and she wasn't interested in him. Bro. And how he like really stepped up as a man to prove to her like, hey, I'm not playing no games here. Like, are we gonna be together or what?
Oh, have you ever seen I think it's like Southside with Me?
Mm-hmm, yeah, I saw that. That was good.
Barry put in work, boy.
He did.
Barry was like, hey, baby, I'm finna put you on some different shit. Look, I'm finna take you to the goddamn Metropolitan Museum.
You can't get you a Michelle without putting in some work, guys. So let that be a message. Like, if you want you a Michelle Obama, step up to the plate. Like, do your internal work and then, like, approach the moment when you get your shit together. Don't come over here trying to fuck up what I got going.
Look, and Mouthpiece crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? The man put in work, and he put them words on you too, man.
Yeah.
She had no choice.
Man. Jimmy Fallon for the people out there.
She was on Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon show. I had to get that
Okay.
right, for they wouldn't think I was just making that shit up.
And I'm actually, so quick plug real quick. So I'm actually starting a book club next month at the top of the year, because I feel like literacy is very important. I feel like I don't read as much as I should. I used to do a lot of reading. And so I just thought it'd be a really good idea to start a book club with people. I was really, targeting people my age, young men and women, so that we could read books that are specifically about us and then have discussions about them. So Michelle Obama is actually one of the books that I plan on implementing into the book club. So we'll probably start that like February or March, that book. But we'll start off with a different book. So you guys be on the lookout for that. And I think that's going to be the end of the show. We doing almost 90 minutes.
Amazing.
Man.
Since we talking about books, before we get out of here, the Kevin Hart book is amazing.
Man.
Is it really?
Man read, and that's not just for
and it's
me,
in his voice, bro.
Hey man, it's crazy, and it's like it's not me just because I'm a comedian. Man, I had a friend send me the book who's from Denver that I met at Tuskegee, and he's pursuing architecture. He's amazing with designs or whatever, and he read it and told me that like it just empowers like greatness and pursuing your dreams and actually knowing that with faithfulness in God and your determination, anything is possible.
I do believe that too.
Yeah.
100%. If
Yeah.
you work hard and you stay focused and you have your beliefs, then shit will happen for you.
Yeah.
For sure. Is there anything that you guys want to promote? Because I'm ready to go.
Well,
you should have some stuff to promote.
I'll say this real quick. All right, Comedian Hollywood on Instagram, if I hadn't already said that. January 12th, I'm at the Bama Theater with DC Young Fly. February 16th, catch me at the Henderson. That's if you're local in Birmingham, and that's over there in Midfield. Think that might be it locally. I got some other thing. I got some in Silicon. Oh no. February 14th and 15th. There's a new venue in Birmingham called the Encore on the east side in Roebuck, right behind Dollar General. It's
really?
Yeah, in the back of Dollar General, an amazing new venue.
In the back of Dollar General?
The back of Dollar General, you'll swear
me.
It's crazy, but it's amazing on the inside. But February, Valentine's and the day after Valentine's, 2 shows. They start at 7:00. That's where I'll be. 20 minutes set. It's an amazing show. Come holler at me, man. Comedian Hollywood.
Alrighty, and Bradley, do you have anything? You shout out your Instagram at least.
I mean, you can follow me at Sir_Bradley_Ash. I be trying to put positive shit, you know what I'm saying? Just,
You do that. I enjoy that.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Like, I've been having folks be like, bro, like, you need to keep doing your videos, bro. Like, I be looking forward to that shit. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to keep doing it.
Okay, good deal. Well, you guys make sure that you hit them up and follow them on social media. And then you guys know that with me, you can find me all things at CoCo's Tea, at cocostea.com, or on Instagram at CoCo's Tea. I'm actually trying to like rebrand that Instagram page. I don't know what I want to do with it, but you guys follow anyway. And you can also follow me at I Am The Real CoCo on all social platforms. And you guys, share this podcast with people. Like your mamas, your aunties, your uncles, your baby daddies.
Man, look, man, check out
your
CoCo's
sisters,
Tea, bro.
Your brothers, like everybody needs to like know about CoCo's Tea because I'm everywhere. If you have a phone, you can listen to this podcast. It's on SoundCloud. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. Now about to be on YouTube, right, Jeremy?
Ooh.
We about to do that? Okay, just making sure.
Amazing.
So you guys make sure that you guys subscribe and rate the show. And I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.